I'm Shiz.
And I'm Cal.
Together we are She Can.
And this is Spill the Prosecco.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Episode 3.
Season 3.
Three. Okay,
Three.
nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Still going on the two islands. We're proud of that. I've changed, and for those watching, I've got my pizza pasta prosecco top on. This is my favourite one, and I would, if I was to recreate with a She Can branded, it would be something, because we've said that these are the 3 Ps are our favourite for ever.
Well, I used to say pizza, pasta, prosecco, personal style, and personal development.
Yeah.
And we would often say pizza, pasta, prosecco, and personal development. That was basically She Can in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So, this episode,
It's got another 2 Ps.
another 2 Ps, perimenopause and prosecco.
Oh,
Cheers to that.
Woo!
They probably don't go hand in hand all that well.
They've
but,
been going hand in hand with me, don't you worry.
Make sure that if you're listening to this episode that you tag us if you came to our perimenopause and prosecco one-day event.
Yeah, it was such a great day.
That was such a great day. There was such incredible conversations that came from that. And we are the first ones to say we are not dietitians, nutritionists. We're not in the medical field.
Health
We're none of
professionals
it.
at all. We're just women in it.
And we were the goal behind that event was to open up the space for that age group to come together and talk about all of the things that can happen with perimenopause outside of, they tell you, hot flushes and I don't even know what else. Night sweats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
if we say what's been giving, it's probably what's been draining.
It's probably what's been draining.
Yeah.
So, and if we're going to keep it themed to peri, for me, it's absolutely sleep. It just does not happen. It's broken. Just burped in the microphone. It's that you can't control your burps. It's definitely sleep. So broken sleep, but that ability to not be able to then get back to sleep. I used to have broken sleep where you'd get up and you'd go to the bathroom, get back straight away. Not so much. It's a real thing to get back to sleep. And I also live in a world where I've got a part-time husband. I love you, Joey, but literally that's our world. So Joey might be away for 3 weeks and then he's home for a week. So just even that getting used to the person not being in your bed, being in your bed, not being in your bed, being in.
Yeah.
So it takes nothing for me to be distracted at night and be awake.
Yep.
And really struggle to get back to sleep. That's the one thing. And I've always had a really heavy period, but in the last 5 years, it's gotten so much heavier. Like it is day one is a horrible day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which just happened to be.
Here. Water bomb.
Water bomb. Great timing.
But you push through. But it's never been like that ever before. And it's 100% since perimenopause.
Yeah. And for me, it's the sweating. And so I've always been active, and I would say I've always been like a sweater, like play netball, like,
Yeah.
But I can literally just be sitting there and I'll look and I'll just have like literally a drip from my underarms.
Come out of nowhere. Yeah.
And I don't like using traditional deodorant.
Yeah.
And so I've trial, probably that could be a road test maybe for a future episode.
Yeah, and if anyone has a recommendation, we'd be very open to trying it.
I don't love the paste.
I don't know that.
I have got the No More Pong, again, not sponsored any of this, but and it's okay, but I have tried the Wild roll-on liquid. It's not actually the smell. It is literally
It's just a liquid.
It's liquid.
Yeah.
So You know,
'Cause
like
100%.
I have even gone and bought the stickers that you put on the inside. So if you know anything about me, you'll probably very rarely see me in a T-shirt. And that is because I'm always in a singlet.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's annoying because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so it really does make me.
And it's not like I've just done a workout sweat. It's like I just went out for lunch.
I could be like, I'm sitting at my computer.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, what the hell? Like,
I mean, we even, we're going to go out for lunch after. And the first thing you're like, fuck, I don't even think I've got a singlet to pack. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, looks like you've got to get a bintang singlet in Bali.
Oh, I don't think so.
I will get a photo of that.
So, and I think, like it's one of those things that I'm super conscious of. Like, if I'm buying a long sleeve top, like I'll think about the color.
Yeah.
Or I'll be like, oh, I wouldn't wear that because I'd be like, because it could happen to me in winter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
happens less in winter.
You recently had a wedding and you had to buy a frock for that. Were you strategic in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that was an April wedding in Albury. So, like down south. And I was like, I'm not wearing a long sleeve. Because if you're wearing a long sleeve frock, often they're like right up underneath the arm.
Yeah.
Wow. So let us know if you can relate to that, because
one of the things, your feet grow. Like there was all these different things that no one talks about. Itchy ears was another big one.
Itchy ears was a big one. What else was there? I mean, dry skin. That a lot of people like, and I am so lucky. Like my sleep is.
I'm jealous of your sleep.
My sleep is very good. I don't have any challenges sleeping. I do go to bed early. I get up early, but I very rarely wake up. I sleep solidly, soundly. So that's not an issue. And I would say now, like I burn out last year.
Yeah.
And now I've got all of that under control. I would say I don't really have any other symptoms at all, which is
amazing,
incredible. But the sweating thing, I think is amplified. Through this time.
It's even funny, it creeps up on you. So like 4 years ago on our first ever Bali retreat, we would turn the air conditioner off every night because it was so cold. Now we're not turning it off, like she on all night.
And it's just one of those things that like I said to someone, I'm 48 and I have to remind myself that I'm 48. Like I have thoughts that go through my head that I'm like, that's not a thought of 48-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like you
like when you're playing chicken in the pool,
you can still feel like you're a teenager or a young 20s or and so like you spend. I said to someone, you spend all of your young years not wanting to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And then if you choose, you want to have children. So then you spend time hoping that you're going to fall pregnant and have children.
Yeah.
And then again, if you choose and if you can, you breastfeed.
Yeah.
And then you come out the other side and there's that window where it's like, you don't want to have any more kids. So you try not to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you couldn't get fucking pregnant if you tried.
True. Do you know what I mean? It's so true.
But that whole journey, like,
and imagine
it goes at the blink of an eye.
And we're so big on the story you're telling yourself. Like your poor brain that whole time, like the story you're telling yourself.
Yeah.
So wow.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. But I mean, on the other half of that perimenopause and Prosecco conversation is the Prosecco situation.
So there's some of you may know this and, these guys don't even know that we're about to share, but we have been so lucky. We must have been at something together because I remember saying to you, maybe we just had a call in the morning. I'm not sure, but I woke up to 1,000 notifications, and it was Little Ripples had liked your story, Little Ripples had liked your post, Little Ripples had liked your, congratulations on the podcast. And I was like, hang on a second, I know this name. And I must have just reached out. And I said to Cal,
I think you must have said, did you see that? And I was like, no, I haven't.
Little Ripples started following us. Now, for those of you who don't know who Little Ripples is, they are one of the most amazing Australian wine companies
online.
Please go and check them out. We actually drank their Prosecco and their sparkling at one of our Revive events. It's an online company, and you order it straight to your door. And
so we ran Revive, which was our Australian retreat. We ran in the Gold Coast last November, and one of our beautiful team members and attendees, Bron, had said, oh, you should try Little Ripples.
Yeah.
Low calorie. They also do low alcohol.
Yeah, low carb, low sugar.
Yep. And she said, we should
have been drinking this our entire lives.
And so we ordered it to my house for our Revive Gold Coast retreat, and delicious. Loved it.
Absolutely loved it.
And if you had listened to season 1, you will know that we were joking about getting a season sponsor for the podcast, and joking, not really joking.
Joking, not joking.
But Shez sent me a message and said, have you seen the message from Little Ripples? And of course, first thing I did was went straight into the Instagram DMs, and they'd reached out. And
they'd asked us to do a Mother's Day campaign and do a video. And in exchange for Prosecco and sparkling, which we were like, of course. And the relationship has just evolved, and now we're really fortunate.
Well, side note, they said in exchange for a wine delivery. And I said to Shez, well, they clearly haven't seen me try to drink red wine. I don't even drink wine much at all. And I said,
you can't even, this is something I learned about Cal. Cal can't even eat or use red wine vinegar. Like, she's that.
I just can't. So we went back and said, could we just have the sparkling bubbly stuff? We'll just take the sparkling Prosecco. And they were like, absolutely. And so they asked us to recreate a reel that they wanted to use for Mother's Day, and we did that. And of course, then we shared with like my mother-in-law and your hair clients, so they got on and did an order because they did a 20% off deal. Little Ripples did for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And so then they've reached out again.
It's just, it's wild. And it's wild because they're such an aligned company for us. So Australian, which we love. We also love their online, but we also love their foundation. So for every bottle sold, and again, they haven't asked us to do this. We're just really proud to be partnered up.
They provide clean drinking water for a year, I think it is.
So in third world villages and countries, they are digging wells to provide clean drinking water, which is the ripple effect. And for us, that just felt instantly aligned. So we have been asked by people before if they could collab, and it didn't fit. This was an instant yes, and we're really, really proud. So anyway, you'll see more of us talking about Ripples on our socials, but go and check them out.
We've got to say, so we get a message while we're here in Bali about whether or not we would be happy to do a wine tasting video in exchange for a regular delivery. And we were lying in bed, Shez and I was just like, okay, do you think like they actually want us to taste all of the wine? Because I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to pretend that I like the red wine.
I can do the red.
I have tried. We've spoken about it before.
I love it. Everyone goes down this same rabbit hole. Have you tried it chilled? Have you tried sparkling? Yes.
I've tried everything.
Like you want
if that was a fireplace and we were sitting here having a glass of red, I'd feel so fancy.
It just doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. So anyway, we messaged back the next morning and said we'd absolutely love to. This is when we're going to be together. We also have ideas too because we're not together all of the time. However, we said we could definitely do a tasting where they could use it. Like you don't necessarily have to be with your friend in person. You can have a wine taste or a wine session online. Anyway, that's in the pipeworks as well.
So yeah, check them out.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's really funny talking, and we will talk a little bit more about not necessarily our content, but I've got my phone out now because there's a reel currently. Like,
not a lot of thought goes into these reels, just so you know, but it's just us doing us.
It's 371,000 views. Like, just for reference, we've just cracked 2,007 followers.
Which is really funny.
It's fun. It's fun.
Because it's basically 1,000 new followers since we changed up
the content.
our content.
So we've had 8,573 likes, but almost 11,000 people have shared this reel. And anyway, She Can Global as our Instagram handle. We'll put it in the show notes. But if you want to go and have a bit of a laugh at Shez and I just doing stupid shit, then...
And there's no plan either. It's just like, that sounds funny. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But...
we do think we're funny though.
Yes. Yeah. And but back to the whole perimenopause like thing, it's been a nice opportunity as we've obviously moving through that age of life and that stage of life is to be able to open up the conversations.
Definitely.
And then even more beautifully is that some of our clients are already through it and out the other side, and they get to impart their wisdom and knowledge and their journey with us that are in it. Yeah.
It's been a ride, but it's been really valuable to just make the conversation
normal.
Yeah, not
yeah.
It's not a, taboo.
No. And for some women it happens way earlier as well. Can happen in their 30s. So being able to open up that space has been amazing.
Yeah, so good. What's next? We're going to road test?
Road test,
okay.
Yeah.
So I did purchase a couple of products that had showed up in my algorithm. Clearly I'd been researching family, mother-daughter, in prep for kin. Some of you may have seen it, and I'll try and see if we can get, I've only got videos, but we might be able to get a photo of us testing this. Or I could even just put it up on our socials. It's called, I don't even know what it's called. It's like a pig game. So you put like a fake pig snout on your nose and you ask questions. And so you might have to impersonate or you might have to sing a song, but when you laugh, you snort like a pig. And it's so funny, but it's like right up there in your nose. Like it's two earpieces like right up there in your nose.
Oh, it's right. We've not done it yet because Shez bought us one as well.
It's full up like there. You've got to wash them all after. So like I had like Grandpa Brian next to me, then Mia, then Joey, then me. And it's funny before you even ask the question.
Yeah,
like it's so funny. And so one impersonation I'm just remembering now, like you had to do Donald Trump. So be Donald Trump or sing a song and the second you snort, you've got to go next. So the idea is to not snort. But I couldn't
so you couldn't stop like, so you can not allowed to snort laughing at other people. Yeah.
I look at my dad with a pig nose on. I can't keep a straight face. So I absolutely
it's a bit like
loved
that other game where you used to make your mouth wide.
It's exactly that vibe.
Okay.
So I give it rave reviews. The only thing was we had to, must be our noses, I don't know, we had to tip the snout the other way to get maximum snortage because it just didn't want to snort the other way. But that's the only thing. But other than that, loved it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So there you go. That's
okay.
I don't even know what it's called, but
I can see the box. It's like a blue box with pink snouts
so we can put
on
a picture of the box up.
Yeah, we can. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so that just family fun at home.
Okay.
Yeah. Screens off, TVs off, get off a phone. It was really good.
Okay, great.
Highly recommend it.
Alrighty. Listener spill. Okay. Let me go in.
All right, here we go.
Let's have a look.
It's probably a ripper one there about, I remember about retreats and different.
Yes. So in Bali retreats and other events, you've had a big mix of people and personalities, which impacts the vibe of the whole group at times for the good and the challenging, which
true.
Absolutely true. This must be a challenge for you both at times, which you've handled well, no doubt. So I'm going to stop there for a minute because I think that's important to share. So we're extremely good at reading and feeling energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we would be lying if we didn't say that it was ever challenging. But I would say is the more that we've done it and the more experienced we've become in what we do, we almost find it just a given that it's going to happen.
Yep.
Is that what you would say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think being able to navigate it has become a lot easier.
Absolutely. And I think you get better at being on top of it or managing it gently or, yeah.
And I think also having connection and conversations before we get here
helps.
We are also maybe a little bit more aware of, oh, this might come up, or yeah. You get to hear and see some heartbreak and some amazing self-improvement journeys amongst your Shikan tribe. In all of that, what are some lessons or rather heart-touching moments that have stayed with you and helped you grow?
Oh, God, I bet you we've got the same one.
You go first.
The one that changed everything for me. I don't know if that's the one that instantly, that question makes that.
Is that the event where we went back and cried at the block?
Yeah.
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 So, I guess the story, it was an event. We'd chosen a location that we didn't have a large presence. So we had a feeling the numbers wouldn't be massive. It was a very small room. And we only had 9 attendees. And so we fundamentally chose absolutely no point to bring team to that 2-day event. So we'll just go there and do it on our own. Now, traditionally, our 2 days pretty much ran like clockwork. We could set the clock and it was...
And often it would be 25 to 30 women at a 2-day.
And you could set the clock and, morning tea would happen at morning tea and lunch would happen at lunch. And we started the day at this event and it was instantly different. The authenticity from the room, the vulnerability of the room that would never have happened in a big room. It happened because the space was small. We know that now. But I mean, we were minutes away from pulling the pin on this event. We were actually not going to go. It was a significant amount of travel in the car. We kind of knew, like, financially we'd be running at a loss to run it, but there was just something made us want to be in that room. And 10:30 came around and we were like just signaling the who was about to bring in scones and jam and cream, because that was always our thing. It was always scones and jam and cream for morning tea. We were like, not yet, because the room was in a space of just the most authentic, vulnerable shares, and this room was sharing things that, and I've said it a million times over, if they made what happened in that room, those shares, a movie, no one would think it was a true story. Like, it was some stuff. And we went so much further past a break.
I just went straight back there and I was like, oh, no.
We went so far over time. I think it was into even lunchtime time. Like, it was massive. And then we knew, when you always pick your moment, and we're strategic and okay, it's enough that we can come up for air. We can hug it out. We can take 5. We can go and eat. We can go and... So we went off to lunch, and we were working with a mentor at the time that we called, and we just offloaded a thimble of what we'd just witnessed. And their words were, open the windows, open, like, let energy out, let air through, go get yourselves some air, reset yourselves.
I think we went outside, took our shoes off, grounded.
Yeah, and then we came back in, and you just didn't. You think, well, that's the heaviest we're ever going to get, and then we got hit. It was like this. If anyone's been caught in that little, what's it called at the start of the waves, where it's the washing? What is that? What's that shit where you're just at the
in the
whitewash, and you basically can't get up, because you're just caught in the fucking ridiculous this high water, but just keeps dumping on top of you. That happened again, and then day 2, and it happened again. It was just the heaviest but humbling most. I just feel so honoured, and I know you did too, to be a part of that room. But we had no idea of the energy we were taking on, and as Kel alluded to before, as the event closed, and the most stunning group of women who some are lifers for us, we went back and the block was on.
And it was the fine. What's the fine? Like when they're selling the houses,
selling auction night or day or whatever it is. And we had also just in that time frame had flipped a house. We'd renovated a house, and it was the year that
Union Road, Lavington.
That's right. It was the year that of the block that no money was made. Like nothing was sold. I remember. Like,
did one person sell and it was like they made no profit or something?
No money.
Yeah.
And we don't know if it was just our feeling of just flipping a house, but we do know it was the energy of what we had carried through those 2 days. We just cried and cried and cried on the bed, like just 2 adult women sitting on the bed with their room service dinner, just crying and crying and crying. And then it was a 9-hour drive home the next day, and we didn't speak a word. Like, not one word came out of our mouths driving home. Cal was driving, and I was just out the window. What the fuck just happened? What did we just experience? What stones have we left unturned?
So much so that we're actually going to do an episode on this, because there's just so many different angles that you can look at the experiences that we've had with clients in She Can, and the sheer weight of responsibility that we have felt, but the immense gratitude that we also have that we have been able to create spaces for women to share that. And what was really beautiful from that event is one of the women that was sharing actually said, "I'm not broken. I'm not here for you to fix me because I'm not broken." And she'd been to she'd done all of the psychology and the psychiatrist and all the healing work and all of the things. And it was literally to have the time and the space to be genuinely heard without judgment.
Said you didn't try to fix me.
And you didn't try to fix me. And there's just so many different ways, because, obviously going back to the question, there's been so many moments through listening to women share their journeys and their stories that we could not fathom to have experienced in our own lives. But also on the flip side, when you have a room full of women that perhaps don't have the heaviness or the trauma-based stories, it doesn't mean that they deserve anything less
I love that.
of the space to be heard and listened, because your story is your story.
Yeah.
And if your story is impacting on your ability to live your life to the fullest, for me, you can find gratitude and find empathy for someone else. But it should never be used as comparison to say, well, I should just, fucking,
I should shut up, or
I should harden up because
I've got nothing to share because I haven't lived that.
And so there can be the duality of that. There can be like, oh my gosh, I have such empathy and compassion for that human being that is her story. And there can be gratitude of, I'm so grateful that I haven't had to experience that. all at the same time as, but I'm navigating this and I want to be able to move past my stuff as well.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll definitely do a deep dive on an episode with that. But I think that there's so much learning that we're capable.
Yeah.
And we can hold it. We were absolutely grateful beyond words that our team weren't there and we didn't have to then manage them and help them through that.
Yeah. The signs were there the whole time. Yeah.
And
I'm grateful we still did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that we still have a relationship with many of the women that were in that room.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right. Before we go.
Well, I guess for me, it's always, I think there's been a bit of a theme through this thing. If you think you want to do it, make it happen. There's so many things that, we just put it on a wish list. But what does it really mean to actually give yourself the goal to get there? What does that feel like? And we often say yes and figure the rest out. And sometimes that's a little bit like, well, that's a bit, oh yeah. But if you really do say yes, and then you can go to work to make the rest of it happen.
Yeah.
Don't just sit on your hands and just think it's going to come. You got to go and get there and do it.
And just don't settle.
I know.
Like,
because you see it daily.
Well, you get one run in the skin suit that you're in.
Yeah.
And so don't settle for mediocre.
No.
Don't settle for, oh, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like if there's a little spark somewhere or fire in the belly to do something or change something or go after something or
you're
curious about something.
Yeah.
Explore
it. And if it's the opposite, if there's no spark or the light's dimmed or it doesn't feel the way it is, have the conversation. Like it's not it for me.
Change your environment. Get around new people.
Yeah.
Expand your horizons. See what else might be out there for you.
I love that.
Yeah. And I think particularly, when we talk about perimenopause and you talk about, entering your 40s and 50s and, like we had a beautiful attendee at Kin who 3 years ago shifted locations and thought, well, who's ever going to employ someone in her late 50s?
Yeah.
And she's got an incredible job and, there's such incredible wisdom that women carry into their 40s and 50s. And I think that's something that we forget.
Yeah.
But I think other people want.
Absolutely.
So just don't settle for mediocre.
No, you deserve more.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thanks for joining us and we'll see you on the next episode.
Amazing.
Cheers.
Bye.